Welcome back to the Unfortunate Diehards podcast. Hashtag number 92 clinched a playoff series with a goal against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Evgeny Kuznetsov.
Finally got one, bro, and it's Genny. Love to
Did we
see
not
it.
get Ovechkin when it was 8?
No, he picks. Who'd you pick? You picked like Frank Finnegan or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
But hello everyone. Long time no see. And by hello everyone, I probably mean hi no one. But welcome to the podcast. Maybe I'm just talking to Sufi and Omar, but that's okay.
No,
Um,
we get at least 10 people that watch. Okay, don't discourage us.
Hello, Charles. So we are going to be talking about the Olympics a lot today. If you are somehow new here, my name is Evan. I'm an Ottawa Senators and Canada fan.
My name is Omar, and I'm a Leafs and Canada fan.
My name's Sufyan. I don't like how we did this. My name's Sufyan. I'm a Caps Canadian fan. Hey, Tom Wilson, Logan Thompson. Okay, we actually have no players on Team USA, so that works. Sorry, John Carlson. But yeah,
Actually, there's no Leaf or Sens. Well, there's no Leaf or Sens players on Team Canada, are there? No. Yeah, there you go.
now guys, Germany, Sweden, US.
The American Team
Denmark.
Can has the Canada representatives.
Yeah, craziness. All right, that works then. So we're going to start off today by talking about the Olympics, as that is the thing that is currently happening, even though we did miss the majority of the season. But we will catch up on that in the second half of the episode. So starting off, we'll just start with our little discussion about the Olympics, what we're hoping for / what we predict to see / what we saw today. In typical Olympics fashion, there was always some sort of surprise happening at some point. So day one was full of them already. And then we will predict gold, silver, bronze, best forward, D-man, goalie, because those are the awards that are given out at the end of the thing anyway. So let's start with Omar. Omar, what are you hoping to see out of the Olympics this year?
I'm hoping to see a similar level of excitement as the Four Nations ended up giving us. There was I was almost wondering leading up to the Olympics, what in terms of the hockey anyway, if it would be at the same level of excitement. Like obviously the tournament, it's 4 gold medals, the Olympics, and the Four Nations is like in comparison a made up tournament with no official recognized like trophy and whatnot. That it was kind of just like this tournament that came in. That's why a lot of people were talking about how it might be irrelevant or no one will care and this and that, but it ended up being so massive. And I think a lot of things had to play with that. Obviously, the politics between Canada and the US, and the fact that the USA and Canada had the gold medal game. I mean, not the gold medal, the final. Um, and then that was also in Boston and Montreal, so it was within North America where it was packed with hockey fans and whatnot. So like, there's that level of excitement. I was wondering if the Olympics is going to hit that. I think it I mean, in terms of within the stadium in Milan, I'm not sure what the atmosphere will be like for these, especially when you get into the quarterfinals, semifinal, finals, and stuff for these for these games. But like, I think overall, like, we'll all probably feel that excitement. I don't know.
It's
You
been a
know,
while since it's happened, so it's kind of hard to gauge the
it's
vibe.
hard to gauge because like obviously Vancouver was a vibe because it was in Canada and stuff, and
Well, even
like
Sochi, like people were like in
Sochi
20.
was also exciting, yeah. But I did feel like
Yeah.
yeah, Sochi was exciting. The thing with Sochi was like, yeah, with like that team, like 2014 Sochi Team Canada was just
Was ridiculous.
it was insane. Like there was
Yeah.
no chance any team had at any point.
No.
Uh, so it was kind of like, I mean, it was great for us, but like it was also kind of just like, okay, yeah, like whatever.
It was the
Some of those teams, looking back, are like insanely good. Like sure, if you look at it now, like having McKinnon, McDavid, Celebrini, and Makar, and then literally anyone else on a first power play unit is amazing. However, then we also had prime Carey Price. We had prime Doughty, Weber, like Petrangelo, essentially Bouwmeester, like
yeah.
Vlasic, like every single defenseman was, and then like was your 4C like I don't even know who your 4C would have been. Like
Let me just-
Getzlaff maybe or something, or
like,
Carter, or
let's
like
I'll tell you what we had, bro. Like
I'm pretty sure line four was
our
still Getzlaff Perry or
our
something.
leading scorer from Sochi was Drew Doughty, tied with Shea Weber. It's crazy. It was Doughty, Weber, Jeff Carter, Marlowe, Crosby, Getzlaff, Taves, Ben Bergeron, Patrick Sharp, Chris Kunitz, Jay Bowmeister, Duncan Keith, Rick Nash, Corey Perry, Petrangelo, Luongo, Subban, Duchesne, Tavares, Ham Hughes, St. Louis, Price, Vlasic. I don't think Luongo even really saw any time. It was Price letting like one goal the entire tournament.
The other thing about this one that I'm very interested in seeing is that, well, in my opinion anyway, at the moment, this is the first time since I don't know when where, well, I still think Canada has the best team, but I don't think we have the best team by like a mile. You know,
Yeah,
I think we have question marks in goal. I think arguably US has a better defense core than we do.
that's not
And
arguable, bro. They just do.
like I think they're better defense. They have better defense. Like we're gonna run Makar into the ground with his ice time, but like they have studs coming up on every single line for D. And then obviously our forwards are like we've got the best forwards in the world, but like I think there's question marks on our team compared to I think the US is really good. So I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
I think my thing with this tournament, what I like is like everyone's treating it like a two horse race, but I don't know. I think surprises happen at the end of the day, and
Well, there's always a third one. There's always
bro,
going to be dramas.
yeah, but also in 2006, that was arguably like that was a really good team that we had at that time too. But it was a bit of a transition, so I do understand that Team Canada had expectations and they finished like sixth or something like that.
Mm.
So, like, there's always a possibility of surprise happening. I don't think that's going to happen with Canada. I'm saying like with other teams potentially. Um, that's why I kind of do have like a surprise team pushing for the bronze. I also do like the fact that it's not like Four Nations where there's literally only four teams. Like I know Four Nations had four teams, but it really just felt like Finland and Sweden were kind of just there to be warm up games for the Canadian final. Like that's literally all it felt like. Especially with all the politics stuff that was happening at the time, like they were just seemed
Yeah.
like there was extra animosity. But this just actually feels like a tournament rather than like just two games between U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, like I would say in my opinion, like I wouldn't say it's only the two horse race between Canada. I mean, personally, I do think they're the best teams, and we're
I
probably
think
going to the final.
Canada U.S. final is like heavily favored. It's not like
Yeah. So like, I'm not going to say I don't agree with that analysis, but like, yes, Sweden is also really good. I think a dark horse for a medal at least, like for a bronze, could even be Germany. I don't know. Yeah.
I say. There's a team that I have in there at third. That's
Yeah.
surprising. Well, it's definitely surprising because there's always just there's that one goalie that just goes.
Latvia seems to do good in these things too. You know,
I don't know about that, but there's
Latvia has had
always
some
that
good.
one goalie that just goes absolute nut job, and I have one goalie that I think will do that and will get their team the bronze. Anyways, let's get into that. So, Evan, who do you have winning the bronze medal?
I have winning the bronze medal. Sweden.
Okay, we'll discuss after we've said all three. Omer,
I'm gonna put a little bit of a dark horse in there and say Germany.
damn, I thought I was gonna have the craziest dark horse, but I would say Germany's a bit crazier than this one. Although, actually, no, I say they're pretty close. I have the Czech Republic as my bronze medal winners.
Interesting. Let's see what happens with Canada and Czech tomorrow and judge them.
I think that's the problem because I could be instantly refuted. Uh, although everyone makes it to the qualification round, so like
Yeah.
they can recover from this. Anyways, Evan, who do you have winning the silver medal?
I have Canada winning the silver medal.
Oh God, Uh,
I want
discuss
Canada to win.
we'll discuss after.
Okay, yeah.
Homer,
Okay, the reason I'm saying this is because I don't want to go against them. So USA is the silver medal because not because yeah. Not because I
okay,
think you know what I mean. Anyway.
yeah, okay, well, yeah, no, I have USA winning in the silver medal game, or in the silver medal game. What the hell? I have them winning the silver medal. Um, Omer, I mean you, Evan. Tell us why you have Denmark winning the gold medal.
I have the U.S. winning the gold medal.
Interesting. Omer?
I do want to say that um, I'm not officially putting them as my picks, but in my head, I I'm leaning more towards U.S. is going to win the gold medal as well. I hope they don't, but but yeah, I'm going to say Canada wins the gold medal because I want them to.
My screen.
Oh, look at
So
that!
I forget the bro. That dog always looks like an alien, man.
I've never seen
Come
that.
here. Can you not get up? Are you too old? Okay, I'll just pet you.
Okay,
Huh?
I get where you guys are coming from. I think the roster construction of the U.S. is pretty much why I'm not really seeing it as much of a possibility. I think the
Wait, you both have
deeper,
Canada winning gold, correct?
yeah. Except he is more leaning towards U.S. I'm fully leaning towards Canada, and that's like,
I'm
Well, I'll
yeah.
explain
I'll explain it
later.
too. Yeah.
but for me, it's just like the
The thing is, if you're saying the roster construction is stopping you, well, like you have them in the gold medal game if they're winning silver anyway. So like, why
Yeah.
do you think the roster
yeah, but
stopping you is
also
that
that's
bad?
because, that's because I don't really see any other team making it to the final.
No,
That's why.
you're not predicting that the gold medal game is going to be 10-0 Canada or something.
No. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that like I just don't see. Okay, listen to me. Okay, here's my thing.
Oh,
We have
Sufi, where's
question.
your animal?
We have shut up. We have question marks in net. I'm not letting you do this to me today. We have question marks in net. The U.S. for whatever reason is being touted as like they have no question marks in net. Yes, Swayman and Ottinger are good. Hellebuck is usually good, but he has never really excelled in these big moments. They're going to give him the reins to start, I'd imagine. But then it's not like the other two goalies are there to recover and like be the big game guy because we haven't seen that from them either. But Hellebuck has been given many opportunities to uh, be shown as the big game goalie, and he's just never done it. And he's also been bad in those situations as well. So that is one concern I have. Also, I would give the defense to US wholeheartedly, but then my concern is like again when we're talking about big game players. Ironically, other than Matthew Kachuk, their offense doesn't really do that much for me. Like it's deep, but just compared to Canada with the big game talent that we have, I just don't see it competing. Especially with their bottom six for me is like when we're talking about guys like JT Miller and Trocheck and like for whatever reason they have so much New York cancer on this team right now. That's the bad juju is what's getting to me because there's just so much more positivity in the Canada realm in my opinion. Um, and yeah, I think the goaltending is the biggest thing. I think that's where the thing comes down to. But I think that it's not as solidified for US as people make it out to be.
Yeah, but it's kind of shocking you're saying that when we have Binnington as our starter.
Yeah, but I also don't think Binnington makes it past game one.
It's possible, but like
Like
I just
I think Binnington if they keep Binnington in net after a Czechia game where we win like 6-5 and outshoot them by like a million, then I'm gonna quickly just go into the graphic and change my answer because that's absolutely stupid. But I just see tomorrow being the thing where like Binnington kind of shows them cracks and then they can put either Thompson or Kemper in, and we can have an actual goalie for the rest of the tournament.
um
Bear in mind, none of those guys have proven it in big games either. Ironically, the only goalie of the six that's actually proven it in big games is Binnington. But yeah,
well, Darcy Kemper's done good. He won a cup.
yeah. But Darcy Kemper was also it was pretty much just in the finals where he really
Yeah.
excelled.
I like listen, I know there's this thing with the US team that in the Olympics in international play they've kind of choked. historically, which is fair. Yes, we can say this is a different team than the ones that have done that in the past, but like, you have players on there, whether it be Hellebuck, who hasn't really always shown up in big moments, whether it be Matthews, who's their captain, who hasn't shown up in big moments. There are some guys who have, like Kachuk, and yeah, I think even Brady is pretty good. But um, yeah, I don't know. I find it tough to like I find it tough to compare. Like, see, I find it tough to compare them on a positional basis and give Canada an edge. Apart from saying that, like, oh, Binnington played well in overtime in the Four Nations final, so he's proven that he can do it, and Hellebuck didn't, or something like that. Or McDavid got the final shot in overtime and he scored it when Matthews had a few chances and he didn't finish. So I can't. But like that's kind of putting it down to like just one or two players finishing or not finishing chances. Positionally, like, yes, I do think we have the best players in each position in the league. Like, we have Makar, I mean, apart from goalie, we have Makar, we have McKinnon, McDavid, and Crosby and whatnot. But like, statistically, we don't have the best goalie. We don't have the best D-man after Makar. We don't
Hey,
have the depth.
statistically, our goalie has the best stats out of any of the six goalies, which is Logan Thompson.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be saying this if you weren't a Caps fan.
I wouldn't be saying that Logan Thompson has the best stats out of the six goalies if I wasn't a Caps fan.
I feel like you would harp on it less.
I wouldn't, bro. I use stats all the time. What are you talking about?
No, I know, but you'd be like, oh, he's a young goalie and this and that. Like,
He's not even young.
okay, younger compared to others. Like, there's, I don't know, like goalies. I find if you have like a 33-year-old that's been good for like 6 years, you're like perfect. That's what we need. Where like Logan Thompson, for me, I think is our number one option. However, am I sure that he's going to be the guy we go to every game? No.
But here's the thing, right? In these tournaments, it isn't necessarily the goalie that has the experience that ends up playing well. Like, there's always the goalie that's like 24 years old and just plays absolutely out of his mind. But he's got to have the
But
skill.
that doesn't mean it's going to be him. It could be a guy on a different team
It
too.
could be it, but that's the thing. Like, but for me, I've seen more of that than I've seen the other case, to be honest. Especially with the U.S. goalies.
What I would say is, if we win, like if Canada wins gold and if we beat the US, we're not winning because we're winning because just one of our great players just had a great game / did something great. We're not
Okay,
winning because we're deeper somewhere or because we're
that's the
better.
other. That's the other point that I want to get across is that I think that our big game players, the fact that we have four guys that I think are like extreme true game breakers that have shown up in these moments, like McKinnon, McDavid, Crosby, Makar. Like, the U.S. just doesn't have that. So I think the thing is, if like two of those guys are playing absolutely out of their mind, which is very much possible, it's very hard for any team to overcome that, no matter who they have.
Oh, 100%. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I 100% agree that if we win it, it's because one of those guys or multiple of those guys
That's the
just
thing
went wrong.
that if all four of those guys go, then it's a wrap.
I mean, I don't think that, like, the thing is, we obviously, even we saw in Four Nations and stuff, like, they don't score at the same pace as they do in the season.
I do agree, but okay, here's the thing, right? Four Nations was a tougher tournament to gauge because they had no time to build chemistry. Like, like you literally have zero. You literally played two games, and there was a final right after. 3 games, and there was a final right after. With the Olympic tournament, there's like you have the preliminary games, and then you have the qualification games, and then you have like the whole quarterfinal, semifinal, final. So like
Yeah,
by the time they reach this point, like their chemistry has been solidified, and then like everyone's kind of playing up to their full potential.
no, it makes sense. I think they have more time to build chemistry. I also do think though that like you're like I think players have had like how McDavid looks in the regular season on Edmonton is not how he looks when he plays in the Olympics at all times, like or what he played in the Four Nations at all times either, right? Like there's like even that final Four Nations final, like it wasn't like he was dominating for 3 periods and then he scored an overtime goal. It was like he was kind of struggling for 3 periods, according to my opinion when I was watching. I was like, this guy's struggling to get anything going. And then he gets that chance in overtime and he buries it because yeah, it's
That
McDavid.
was also the only time I've ever really seen that happen with him because like
Yeah.
in playoffs he's a completely different animal.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's best on best compared to like
But
something
I
that
could
like
see the thing is with the tightness of those games, I could see this being more geared towards that, especially because the Olympic game really it won't be as physical as the Four Nations
yeah, no.
because of how the penalties are called and stuff like that.
I
So I
think
think that
yeah.
kind of goes in favor of Canada.
Yeah, Matthew and Brady can't do like their shenanigans or whatever as much as they could in the Four Nations here, I think. Well, they can do the shenanigans, but they can't get us physical and like let's fight off the draw and stuff like that. It's not going to be
But
the
you can't
same.
fight. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly, right. Yeah, so you can't do that kind of stuff in the Olympics, obviously. But
I would
yeah,
be
I
so
agree
much
that.
more concerned if Canada got Tom Wilson from like 3 years ago, even like
But I definitely agree that for us, it's like even 2010, it was a very close call, and then it was just Crosby being Crosby and being a game breaker in overtime and winning it. And
yeah.
then obviously 2014 is a separate story. We were just way better than anyone else. And then Four Nations, it was again McDavid being McDavid and
I
finishing
think
it.
that's
Yeah,
that's where I lean Canada heavily. Is just that
me too.
I think regardless is going to be close, right? Like that's why when you said, "Oh, you like," I don't think they're going to win 10-0. No, I don't. I think they're going to end up winning like one.
Yeah,
But when it comes down to those moments, I just trust way more in the Canadian players than I do in the
you
American.
just feel more like yeah. Even when Four Nations, I was just like,
One of
this
those
is
four players is going
and
to
it
score.
could go. Yeah, like this is close. It could go either way. But I was just like, man, like at some point, one of these McKinnon, McDavid, McCarr, someone's gonna do something and win it, right? Like that's just what you keep thinking.
And you think about it, even 2010. So Crosby, like low key, they call him Captain Canada. He has not had good stats in the Olympics.
In 2010, he was like, especially in the round robin and stuff. It's not, I don't think he scored much at all.
He wasn't good in 20, he wasn't really that good throughout in 2014 either. But that's not really the point, right? Like these teams are good enough where even without them playing at their best, they're going to make the final, right?
See, but that's what I mean. I don't agree that he wasn't good. I will never agree to that. I don't like when people
No,
say that he
his
wasn't good in
production wasn't
2010.
there. Like his
No,
production
no,
was.
yeah, but like that's what I mean. Like none of these players' production is gonna be NHL production when you're playing against the best. Like if you're playing US, especially now, if these guys are playing the US and the US is pulling up like dropping out Faber and Hughes and like these all these like top end D men that are like among top 10 in the league, all of them. Like it's something different to play against those than play
That's
against
that's what I'm
you know
saying. That's not really my point. I'm not
yeah.
saying that like their production is tied to like how well they played in the tournament. I'm saying that it doesn't really matter how they get there in the final. Like the final is one game, and the four players that Canada has plus the supporting cast, I just I don't see them losing in those moments. It
Yeah.
could happen. Like maybe we have a U.S. breakthrough ball, like finally, but we've just never seen that. So
Yeah, it's not something I want to. Yeah,
2010, we were like, holy crap, they came back 2-2, and everyone was like, what the hell's going on?
in like 30 with the 30 seconds left in the game too. That was such a bummer when it happened.
And also like the Crosby golden goal was also just like
Oh man.
a fluky goal.
Every time I see the highlight of that, it's like his most played highlight of all time, obviously. But
Yeah.
like every time I see that highlight, I'm just like,
The
man,
best part was the cycle.
yeah,
That was a six and a great pass by Ginla.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But the actual shot, he just caught him off guard. That was pretty much all it was.
Yeah, all he was just he's just putting it on net just as fast as he could, and it went in. Yeah, yeah. I
Any
think it's
takeaways from you, Evan?
So, do I like believe that the US will win? Not necessarily, but I think this is the best chance they've ever had, and I think a lot of your points are very valid, both of you. I think they do have three really good goalie options, regardless of how they may play in certain situations. They're objectively just very good goaltenders. Their defense is, in my opinion, by far better than Canada's, and that's the most difficult part. I do agree that they have the horses up front that kind of put them above anybody else in that regard. A little side note that I've had and have been thinking about is I don't know if you've seen, but Canada is not staying in the Olympic Village. They're staying at a 5-star hotel nearby instead of
oh, yeah,
staying in the Olympic Village.
I
And
didn't
to
know.
me, I think that could be the biggest reason to why they win if Canada were to win. Because they are essentially saying, yeah, we're so happy to be here, all that, but we legit want our players to be as locked in as possible, and we are here to win a gold medal.
Yeah.
Where the U.S., they're having fun, like the Kachucks are talking about how they're like staying up till 4 in the morning, talking to speed skaters and eating at the cafeteria at every hour of the night and stuff. And I think that's all great, and they have a fantastic team. They absolutely could win, and I think this is their best shot. But when I heard that, I was like, oh man, Nate Dogg and Crosby are just here to like literally win a gold medal and go home. Like that is their
Bro,
only
did you see the
objective.
picture of like the group picture of Canada and Crosby was like standing on the side? He looked like their teacher.
Yeah, I did see that.
Bro, that was insane. And also Tom Wilson was making Nathan McKinnon laugh and it was doing something to my heart, by the way. It's crazy. I do agree with that. But the thing is, like, I also just can't. The U.S. can't win, bro. Not in this political climate. I can't.
No, no, but that's the thing. Like, I don't want them to win,
No,
and I
I'm
do
not even putting
think
that
that
in the list.
Canada has a very, very good shot at winning. But like too, like watching the games today, the rink does look a little bit smaller. I'm not saying that plays to the advantage of the Americans by any means, but it looks a bit different. Like, and I feel like this is like it usually was like Canada, maybe Russia, sometimes US. But like this year, it really does seem like if Canada or US neither of them were to be in the finals, I'd be shocked. But I mean,
Yeah.
Slovakia beat Finland 4-1 today, and then it was 2-2 with like 4 minutes left in the second period of the Sweden Italy game. Like
That's
there's
game
a
one of
chance that neither of those teams or one of them makes it, and one of them's playing for a bronze. So I really like that move by Canada, just being like, we're not here to fuck around. Like, you guys get paid way too much money. You guys are way too important. Like, this is the biggest event of the Olympics.
Hmm.
We're here to win. We're not here to bang speed skaters, you know?
That's crazy. But I can see that from the Kachuk brothers. Ugh. Although I know Kachuk's fiance, right? Never mind. Um,
honestly of the US team, the only players that lock in with that kind of mentality as like that you could talk about is are actually the Kachuk brothers. Like the two players who kind of have that like fire in them that you notice, like something like they don't want to lose and they're gonna show up when like things matter. That's the Kachuk brothers are the ones that kind of do that.
I don't know about Matthew, bro. I think his team carries him. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that anymore.
Well,
Um,
how many Stanley Cup champions do they have in the US? They have Eichel.
Matthew,
Matthew.
Is
mm,
that it?
Let me see.
Oh,
more.
uh, I think that's it.
Let's see. Let's
Where
see. Let's see.
Canada has Crosby, McKinnon, McCarr, Marchand,
Stone.
Point, or was Point. So
Stone.
Hagel, Stone,
Bennett
uh,
Wilson.
Bennett Wilson, yeah.
Uh,
Uh, Gensel didn't. Is it no Gensel right for the
Gensel
state?
won with Pitt.
Pareko,
Gensel won
Pareko,
with Pitt.
Yeah, Gensel won with Pittsburgh. Um, Brock Nelson hasn't. Obviously,
Kemper, Bennington, Pareko.
Damn, we
Hannafin wasn't on the winning
majority of our
team for
team has
for
majority of
Vegas.
the Canadian
We have
roster.
a lot of Stanley Cup
Yeah.
champions.
Even our secondary players have cups.
Mm-hmm.
I love how for US, um, Seth Jones was replaced by Jackson Lacombe.
That's an upgrade, by the way.
Yeah, but like I love how it still wasn't Fox who squeezed in then either.
Yeah, Fox is injured, bro.
Oh, true, but I thought he was gonna be like back. No, he's been injured
I
for a
think he's still
while,
on
hasn't he?
LTIR, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, you got put on LTIR like right before Olympics.
Okay, I thought he was injured before that and he was gonna be okay. All
Okay.
right.
All right, moving on. Uh, Evan, who do you think is going to win the best forward award? Oh wait, also wait, forget that. Why do we pick the teams that we picked up bronze? By the way, just quick discussion. For me, Chechia was pretty much just I need a wild card, and I think um, they have a superstar, they have a star, they have Thomas Hurdle, and a good goalie. And I was like, you know what? Sure. And I feel like Sweden, Finland have shown cracks. And Nylander scored today, but he's also not playing at full health. But they also played Italy, so it's kind of hard to tell. So, no offense, but yeah, I think there's always that random team, and for me, Czech Republic is going to be that random team, and I think they're going to win the bronze. Evan, what about you with Sweden? What are you seeing?
I think just Sweden has one of the better teams overall. They have, I mean, maybe not today, but it seems like they have legit goalie options. They have a pretty deep defense. And then, like, yeah, do they have a McKinnon? No, but I feel like they have like 8 forwards that are all like top line guys for most NHL teams, and I think it'd be hard for many teams to compete with like a team with their top 6, top 4, and then their starting goalie being that good.
Um,
Omar, Germany.
yeah, I picked Germany as kind of like a dark horse bronze because, I mean, they've got Draisaitl, they've got Stützle, Paterka,
Dominic Cahoon.
Cider.
Kubalik.
They do
Yeah.
have they do have Cider
Oh wait, no,
on D as
Kubalik's the wrong
well.
team.
Yeah, they do have Cider on D as well. I don't know. I just thought I from what I saw, I'm not sure if this is gonna stick, but what I saw, Draisaitl and Stützle were also playing on different lines. I mean, to start with.
Yeah, yeah, they were.
So they're trying to split up the offense, trying to have like a good forward on multiple lines.
I think Stützle and Paterka played together in like junior Germany teams, right? So
Yeah,
they
they
probably just
did.
won.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought they're an interesting team that have like obviously a lot of like whateverness, but also a couple of like damn like those are good pieces, like good
They
players.
have NHL players at every position.
Uh,
They have like legit NHL players.
Yeah, like
At every-
Grubauer in net has been playing
oh, at
really
every
But then
position.
they have
Yeah,
a
yeah, they
number
do.
one
Yeah.
D. They have like a top 5
well.
player, and then they have like another 1C,
Yeah.
Like,
arguably top line, top 6 winger.
So I think they could be like a bit of a surprise,
yeah,
like if Sweden falters, if there's like if Nylander can't play or gets injured again or something, and you never know, you know. So yeah,
like Sider, the way he's playing, like I was considering having him potentially win best defenseman of this tournament. Like if he could have a run like that in this tournament with how he's been playing this year. So he might be the only guy on that defense, but I can see it. I can see all 3 of these teams. I can see all like none of these teams. It could be friggin' Denmark for all we know. All right, Evan, who do you think's going to be winning the best forward of this tournament?
Are these usually just from like the winning teams, or not
No,
necessarily?
no. These are so from what I've seen, it's usually from like the final 4. So like the people that play the entire tournament, basically.
I will say the best forward is going to be Pasternak.
Nice. Homer?
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be McDavid.
Yeah, I kind of went chalk with that one. I also think that McDavid is just going to have like an absolutely insane tournament. So
Yeah. So I think, I mean, I hope he does. And
yeah, that's yeah. We get God mode McDavid, then this whole conversation is obsolete.
yeah,
Um,
Oh, I did want to say something about Crosby earlier when you guys were talking about him. I do think that like because everyone's like, oh, Crosby's the best player in the world for so long. When playoffs or Olympics, whatever happened, I feel like they expected him to still be like a point or 1.2 points per game player still. Whereas I feel like a lot of the time he just like was like, what is objectively the best play that I can do to give us the best chance to win? So he was still like point per game a lot of the time or close. But he was like trying to just like make smart plays, be really good defensively and stuff. So, where McDavid, it's like he like jumps his point per game. Is he like the best defensive center on his team in the playoffs? Not necessarily. Where Crosby, I feel like, is just doing anything to win, and especially on this team, I could see him being like, "Well, I have Nate and Connor to just literally score at will, hopefully, and I can just be like intelligent and give them the best shot to win.
Yeah, I mean, he's also currently playing with, like, they have him with Marner and Stone too. So, like, they have, those are three typically good
Smart
defensive
hockey
forwards.
players, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think they're hoping, honestly, their whole bottom six is kind of just shut down lines because even the fourth line right now, Marchand, Horvat, Suzuki, like, I feel like those two bottom lines are like so, like, they're going to be hard to play against,
And those are all like point per game NHLers too.
which is crazy to say that these are like our bottom six, by the way.
I don't know. I don't know if Crosby and Stone together is gonna work.
I think it will.
Really? 'Cause, man,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know. I mean, Crosby makes anyone work with him, so
Well, that's
whatever.
the thing. I like
Yeah,
Crosby's line mates have never been what you think they should be.
I just think Stone is too slow.
Bro, Crosby made Chris Kunitz look good.
Yeah, I mean, Crosby made Chris Kunitz get on the 2014 Olympic team.
Precisely.
And he
That's
scored
the
the final.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think um and Stone's foot speed doesn't really hurt him at all. Like he plays with friggin' Eichel, bro.
It hurts
Like
Canada sometimes.
because Stone, you're not looking at him and like being like, okay, I need this guy to score. He's
No,
just
I am doing that when he has a 2-on-1 opportunity and five
yes,
players way behind him catch up because he can't skate.
I know. Like you got to take what you get with Stone because like he impacts the game in so many other ways, right? So and he
Yeah,
is
I know.
also like way above point a game right now. So I
Like way above.
yeah, I don't really see him being an issue.
No, he's not going to be an issue. It's Stone. I mean, I know, but yeah, just
Although
yeah.
with those three players, it's kind of interesting because I kind of just see them passing it around to each other. But hey,
Although I did think that McKinnon and Crosby would play together. It's interesting.
no, I don't think they were like because everyone thought that just because of the connection there. But I think they want like they want the center depth, so they want like McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby
Yeah,
on
it
separate
makes
lines,
sense.
which is
Would it not be so fun if our power play for some reason is at like 40% and our PP1 is Crosby, Celebrini, McKinnon, McDavid, Makar?
That
yeah.
is
That is like actually maybe the best power play Canada's
Well,
ever had.
wait, I mean the power play right now is Reinhart, McKinnon, Crosby, McDavid, Makar. I think the
okay.
whole point because like they need someone in the bumper spot, right?
Yeah, that's legit what I thought. I was like, I
Yeah.
doubt, like if I did before, I was saying like if we had to bump someone off, like Reinhardt or someone or like Point if he was there would have been like on the first power play, and then you put like Marner,
The second power play
Celebrini.
is like these are all the lines that they've had in practice. So Stone, Celebrini, Theodore Marner on the second power play with a surprise Bo Horvat. Fair enough. I think for me on the second power play, I probably would have went with Suzuki, but I guess we'll see. I don't know. Suzuki is like he has
But
like
maybe Suzuki, they're like, we want you to be like our shutdown center.
I guess, but he's also like I think tied for the most power play points in the league or like close. So,
But Horvat also missed a bunch of time and has like a ton of goals this year.
it's fair. It's fair. I don't know. I think those two together on one line is also going to be pretty sick. Anyways, best defenseman, Evan.
Ooh. I will say that the best defenseman award will be given to a superfood.
Kale Maker.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I got that. Is it just because he's the best?
I think like if when Canada makes it to the finals, hopefully, he's gonna be and will be their best offensive and probably like moving defenseman the entire time. The U.S. I feel like there's so many good defensemen that it'll be like hard to pick. So he's like, and kind of same with some other teams. It's like it's a lot closer. Where like on Canada, it's like Makar is your number one, and then
It does help that he doesn't really have to change anything because he's literally playing with his defensive partner that he had like in Colorado. So like the adjustment for him is really not that much of an adjustment because then for him, he's passing the puck up to just the best forwards ever, including one of his own teammates. So
Mm.
he's kind of in the best position to do so. Where the U.S. overall, like players wise, has the best defenseman, but none of them really play with each other, or none of them except for in Four Nations, or maybe
Well,
like
they have some brothers on the team.
yeah.
I know.
I'm talking strictly defenseman though, right? I mean, the Hughes to Jack Hughes stretch pass maybe could happen, but sure. Omer,
Yeah, it has to be Makar. Makar because first of all, yeah, he is the best defenseman in the game, but also he's gonna have to be the best defenseman if for us to kind of like definitely win that gold medal. Like Makar's gonna have to be carrying us a little bit from the back end. So if we win the gold medal, it's gonna be a lot because Makar is actually the best defenseman.
uh, I kind of decided I was going to go with an American defenseman. The problem was I was like, which friggin' defenseman do I pick at this point? Um, but I decided to pick the player that is currently going to be playing with Jake Sanderson, who's Zach Werenski. I think over the last
Bias
couple
towards
of
your
years,
fantasy.
bro, he's carrying my team right now. Um, I I think he's going to be on the power play, right? Like him and Hughes, and I don't think with how US's team is, they don't really have like a huge separation of talent. It's like a lot of like the same, just star level, right? So I think their power plays are going to kind of be used equally. So I think Werenski's going to get a good opportunity on that, and just overall, like I think he's been. I want to save this for later, but I think he's been the best defenseman in the NHL this year. So I think he's kind of in the best position to kind of prove what, like for US to be good. I think Werenski is going to be one of the main catalysts on this team, and he might be a bit more of a surprise than everyone else, right? So, um, yeah, best goalie, Evan.
Asma Jowett, the best goalie at the Four Nations. It's not the Four Nations at the Olympics is going to be. I don't know. I feel like no one really jumped out to me. Like it might just be a team that makes it to the finals, and whichever goalie's doing the best. Um, it's going to be the Italian goalie.
If you actually want to put that, bro, I got to put this on a graphic, man.
He had a great game.
I know.
Yeah,
Is
but he's
that
not
actually what it?
top four.
Fine.
Bro, he's not going to make it past the qualification.
Yeah, so like he can't be picked.
Fine. I will pick
Unless you want Italy in the final.
UC Saros after today. Gonna lock in.
Interesting. Ober?
This is a tough one. Uh, I think it will probably, yeah, I'm gonna say Bennington.
Bennington.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bennington. I think he's gonna end up taking the crease like he did at the Four Nations.
But he didn't even take the reins in the Four Nations. He had one good period.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, just like he's probably like he might just have like a couple of those moments again for
I hope
Canada.
you're- I don't even think he's going to make it past the first game. I'm telling you this right now.
Oh yeah,
No.
Think he's gonna get pulled against Czech?
No. I think it's going to be like a 6-5 game, personally.
oh
Which is
interesting.
crazy.
I mean, if that
I
happens,
freaking hope not.
he didn't make it past that game.
Bro, that's my thing. My thing is that I could see them winning 6-5 tomorrow and Bennington still being our goalie for the rest of the tournament. Because that's just how much Doug Armstrong is up his butt.
Yeah, but Cooper also like he kind of stuck with him a lot in
Bro,
Four Nations.
that's what I'm saying. He was playing bad for the majority of that tournament.
But that's also because Cooper didn't like the other options weren't amazingly better. Like now he does have
now he has options.
he does have Logan Thompson and he does have Kemper, who he knows can come in and be better options than what was it last year, Aiden Hill and who Montembeau.
Timbo.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think he's got some better options, which he will probably go to if he needs to.
Okay. Fair enough. I will struggle writing that on a graphic. But anyways, my reason so my goalie is the reason that I have Czech and bronze, which is Lucas Dostal. I think my random youngish goalie that's gonna go off is gonna be him. Um and yeah, also one thing I didn't really mention about Czech. You remember when Pasternak was all pissed off that Czech Republic wasn't included in Four Nations?
Oh, was he? I don't remember this.
Bro, he was like he was mad. There was like a quote that came out that said like it was disrespectful or something like that. So I have a feeling that he's gonna have a big tournament, and I mean Evan had him as the best forward. I could potentially see him do that as well.
Hmm.
Anyways, that is Olympics talk. Let's move on to. Let's do this quickly. Let's not harp on it too much, but I'm sure we'll have some discussion because I highly doubt we have the same people. So we're gonna name our trophy winners so far this year, just based off their play so far this year, not who we think is going to win, who it has been so far this year. So we're gonna start off with the Hart Trophy, NHL's most valuable player. So you're gonna name who you think it is so far this year, and then second and third. So actually, we'll do it like this. Omar, who do you have in third?
For a Hart Trophy winner.
Yes.
Oh, third place.
I didn't know we were doing a top 3.
I didn't know we were doing a top 3 either. Okay.
No, you said winners.
Okay. Well, if I had to think of one here right now, I'm gonna say Cale Makar.
Okay. Let's just do the winners then.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on a second. Give me a second.
So he's trying to prove that he's right.
Usually is the case, isn't it?
It's not the case this time, buddy.
Awards, current winner and finalists.
How's that
Literally
top
says it.
3? How is that top 3?
Finalists.
Finalists. Okay.
That's top
The
3.
finalist winner. One guy.
No. It's okay. I was right, but it's fine. We'll just do winner.
Okay. I'll say McKinnon.
Okay. We can go over reasoning after. Evan?
I'm going to say Muck David.
McDavid.
Ironically, these are my 3 finalists because the person I have winning so far this year is Nikita Kucherov.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Thompson or something.
Thompson. You think I'm more biased than I am, man. You're going to have to
I don't know. You're a pretty big Caps guy.
How? Me pointing out stats makes me biased. I actually don't understand, bro.
No, you just love the Caps.
I do, but I usually provide reasoning behind why I think they're whatever. I don't have Thompson in the Hart Trophy voting. I would have if I was biased. I think he's up there. I think he'll get votes.
I think we all have some bias.
I think Checker will get some votes as well. Come on now.
I feel like I'm the least biased of the fan
I highly
of,
doubt that.
of our teams.
I
Of our teams?
I agree with that.
I highly disagree.
You think
I
that
think
you
it's
and Omar are less biased towards your own teams than me?
Evan is quite objective.
He is not.
Really?
No.
Out of the 3 of us.
I'm not saying he's not biased in any way, but I'm saying of the 3 of
His
us.
bias is whatever I like, he likes the opposite. And then he goes full force towards that.
No, it's because you're very strong with your opinions.
Because I also come with facts, bro. That's why
No,
whenever he says it, he's just like, yeah,
Well,
I
you
just
come with-
listen
you-
to what
you
you're
co-
saying.
No, but you come with some facts, but you don't see the other facts if they're brought up to you.
But they aren't brought up to me. That's the point.
Come on.
I literally say stuff, and then you guys are just like, no, but I
No,
disagree
because
with that.
you'll discard any player or something we'll say if we're arguing with you because we haven't looked deeply into his defensive stats or something.
Why defensive stats? I don't bring up defensive
You,
stats.
oh my god, every time.
Well, I don't see defensive stats. I say this player is better defensively when I'm trying to decide between 2 players. Right?
Okay.
Although
but
if I'm deciding between Kucherov and Pasternak, I don't give a shit about their defense. right?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay.
I
But
will
I
say
anyways,
still stand by my comment.
you are more than welcome to, buddy. It's a free country. We don't live in the U.S. Um. Anyways,
So who's the least biased then?
I think we're all biased. I don't think that
No, who's the least?
I think it's 33% each. 0.3.
Okay, okay, really?
Yeah,
That's, that means someone has to have a point one more bias.
I'll take the point one.
Okay, perfect.
I'll take the point one. It's fine. Um,
so he's the
I,
most
I
biased.
I am both. I am both the most optimistic and the most pessimistic about my team.
The most volatile.
Like literally, if something happens, like one thing happens, and like we're literally never gonna win again.
No, that's I would say I'm the most optimistic and the most pessimistic.
No, you are the most optimistic.
Well, I'm definitely the most optimistic. You can't take that from me.
I didn't plan on taking that from you.
You said you're the most optimistic
I
and
think the
pessimistic.
combination of the two is me.
Oh.
That's why you
Um
only hear from me when I'm happy, and then the second I'm sad, I you hear from me in a much different manner. Um, anyways, why I said Kucherov. Kucherov started off the season pretty mild for his standards. I think he was like point a game, which is like okay. But then like I don't know what the hell happened. He ended up with like in his last 35 games, he has like 75 points, which is absolutely insane. Um, and I think with so much focus being on Colorado and how good their season has been, I don't think there has been enough focus put on how good Tampa's season's been. And for me, the main reason for that is him, especially with how his game has turned around. Also because of the injuries that like Tampa has faced, the fact that he's producing at this rate is insane, especially when Braden Point was playing and he was just garbage. Like the fact that Kucherov is this far ahead in points on his team, where one of the best players on his team is playing like garbage, is kind of insane to me. Where I don't like for me, each of these players has like for me, these are the three finalists, and each of these players has a supporting cast or like at least another superstar that's also good. Like Kucherov has Gensel and Vasilevsky. McKinnon has Makar and Natchez, McDavid, Drysdale, etc. Right, Bouchard. So I don't think we can really use any of those arguments against him. I think for me, Kucherov, just based off what I've seen from him this year, this is the best I've ever seen him play. I also feel kind of bad for him because I feel like he's put up MVP numbers for like a bunch of years, but he's just playing with McDavid and Drysdale and McKinnon at the wrong time, and that one Matthews year. So, yeah, I think this is the year he's finally gonna take the cake on this one. Evan,
Um, I said McDavid. Well, kind of similar. McDavid started off slow to his standards, and then recently has just been like on an absolute tear. And I don't think Edmonton has had the strongest goaltending. I think their defense has been solid, but um, again, he's the best player in the world, and he's going to be the guy that keeps the Oilers competitive for a long time. And this year, I don't see him changing that one bit.
he's fighting for his life, keeping them competitive right now. Omer,
yeah, I'd say McKinnon because he's been pretty consistent all year. I think he started off hot and has continued hot. I think Kucherov and McDavid got hotter a little bit later this season. They both, I think, had a bit of a slower start, and Kucherov's also been injured a bit. But the reason I say McKinnon more is because the Avs are having this like, well, they were anyway. I'm not sure what they're at right now, actually, but they were having this like pace for historic season kind of with their first half of the season, and you can't do that. Like I know we can say like, oh, they do have McCall and they have Natchez and stuff, but like McKinnon's just too big a part of that. Like for them to be that good without McKinnon is not possible. Like a team can be good and be a playoff team and a contender and stuff without one of these guys as playing at that level. But like they can't be this good without McKinnon being at this. So like for whatever favorable matchup they may get in round one or whatever, if they continue at this pace and McKinnon continues at this pace for the second, so for the rest of the season and whatnot, yeah, I think
well, I
I
don't
think
know if Tampa and Edmonton are doing this anything without Kucherov and McDavid. I don't even think they're
oh, of
playoff
course
teams, to be
not,
honest.
of course not, yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that like because they're having because like you can. I mean, it could go to any three of these guys. They're all
That's
amazing.
what I'm saying. This is a boring ass discussion because like these is just
Yeah.
which good player do you like the most right now?
Josh Norris.
Omer, who do you have winning this?
Sorry, what's the trophy?
James Norris.
The Josh Norris.
Are you gonna give your real pick,
No,
Evan?
I've decided.
I go every time first.
I decided Omer's going first, bro. You pissed me off.
Norris Trophy this year would be the Makar. It would have to be Makar.
I don't know if it has to be Makar.
I think it's gonna be Makar. But anyway,
He said that exact same thing for the Canada thing. He was like, it has to be McCarr.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, it doesn't have to be
he's
Makar.
too good. I don't know. He's just too.
Werenski has been better this year so far.
Yeah, who are you choosing, Sufjan?
I'm choosing Zach Werenski. He has been better so far this year, and therefore, if I had to give it right now, it would have to be Werenski. Also, like, I don't know. I think last year I was untrusting of Werenski because of his past, but then he's carried my fantasy team 2 years in a row, so maybe I am a little biased in this case.
What did he do? Like, punch someone in the face for calling his mom a hoe?
What?
You said you didn't trust his past, so it made him seem like a criminal.
No, I said because of his injuries, bro. But so far this year, 20 goals, 42 assists, 62 points in 52 games, which puts him on pace to be like even better than he was last year. So on an absolute garbage team nonetheless. So I have to give it to him for that reason. Evan?
I would argue it's not a garbage team only because they've been like 10-1 in their past 11 games.
Bro, I can never keep track of who's doing well, who's not. It seems like it
Yo,
changes.
they were on like a 7-game win streak or something.
It's everyone in the East is doing well, and then half the teams in the West are doing well.
But even in the East, it seems like the teams that do well, it's like they do well for like 15 games, and then a different like set of teams does well for another 15 games.
Columbus.
The only real consistent
Columbus
teams
has gone into the Olympic break on a 7-game win streak.
Okay, you know what, you guys, this just strengthens.
And they lost to Ottawa. That one loss, by the way.
This just strengthens my argument because Werenski has been by far the best player on that team. Like it's not even close. So
I thought Cam Atkinson's been good this year.
does Cam Atkinson play hockey anymore?
No.
Okay, Evan, who's your defenseman?
My favorite apple beverage.
Oh, cider.
Yeah.
Why? He was actually my number 2.
He's a legit number 1. Unfortunately, he's a PP1 guy. He's penalty kill 1 guy. He hits. He logs minutes. So he's like literally everything you've ever wanted. And he's on a team that maybe the roster isn't as sexy, but he makes it a whole lot sexier.
The only debate I really had with Werenski was cider. It wasn't even Makar. Like Makar's numbers are pretty in line with what he's done in the past.
I heard it has to be Makar.
Yeah, well, bro, it has to be a lot of things. Leafs have to win the cup this year. So, Makar being a point a game is like that we're expected of him. Maybe that's a little fatigue, but Werenski being at 20 goals and 62 points in 52 games and Cider having the absolutely insane season that he's having right now, like it's kind of hard to disregard those two. So for me, it is between those two, but I lean Werenski on that one. I'll go first for the goalies because I was a very mediocre one. I'm gonna go. I'll tell you who I considered. I considered Logan Thompson in there. I considered Ilya Sorokin. Those are the two I had in the top 3. But statistically, I think it's like not really close because I think Andrei Vasilevsky just has the best numbers by far this year. So I would go with him. Omer?
Yeah, Vasilevsky.
Evan?
I will go with Ilya Sorokin because I feel like he's on a lesser team and he has like 6 shutouts or something already. This guy's cracked, so I will go with him.
Interesting.
That game against who did they play against where he just went insane? New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he like the six shutouts make sense because there's games where he's just unbeatable. And Vasilevsky's just been more consistent throughout the year. Um,
That was that game where Islanders won like 9-1 or something against the Devils. Was it
yeah,
9-1, 9-0, something like that?
it was 9-0. The one I sent you guys where Markstrom led in like 5 goals or like 9 goals on like 23 shots or something like that, and Sorokin made like 45 save shutout or something like that.
I think it was 50 saves. No,
Maybe 50. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what's crazy to me? That if Russia were to be in the Olympics, and let's say game one, Tom Wilson runs Vasilevsky, and he's out for the tournament.
Why
And
is
then
that?
game two, wait.
Bennett is much more likely to do that. Same.
Listen. And then second game, Matthew Tkachuk runs Sorokin, and then he's out. And then the third game, Rantanen slips and falls on Shesterkin. You would still have Bobrovsky, the most recent Stanley Cup winner, as your starting goalie.
Yeah, but he's kind of like an AHL caliber goalie now. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, trust me.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, why are you advocating for?
But it's like, it's just so crazy how dominant they are at that position.
Bro, Russia's goalies and wingers would be like top tier. Like it wouldn't be like the wingers. I think wouldn't be the best necessarily. They'd be like top two, top three, maybe top two, and the goalies just
I
are
feel like the depth wouldn't be as good, but like
the top end.
Kaprizov, Kucherov, Ovechkin,
Panarin.
Panarin.
And then yeah, those the goalies by far would be the best. Like, I don't even think that's close.
It's not close.
Well, yeah, like that's like 3 of like the top like 6 goalies in the NHL.
Like Bobrovsky would be on any other team,
yeah,
except maybe the U.S.
Well, yeah. All right, Selke Trophy winner, Evan.
Shane Pinto.
Actually,
I don't know. I have no idea.
I need some insight here, buddy. You can pick a Sen. It's fine.
No, I'll pick Mark Stone.
Sure.
Mark Stone's had a very good year, and he's Mr. Takeaway and just intercepting passes. He's not fast, but he reads the game fast. So,
fair. I considered Suzuki and Joel Eriksson, but I also ended up going with Stone as well.
Stone for me too.
Damn, bro.
I
think
lazy
if Stone.
answer.
Okay, I think if Stone played like 70 games a year, he would have multiple Selkies by now.
As a winger, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. All right, this one I think is a bit more of a discussion. Calder Trophy. So the 3 guys I had this down to for me personally was Ryan Leonard, Justin. No, I'm joking. Was Ivan Demidov, Jesper Wallstedt, and obviously Matthew Schaefer. I think Demidov, just because his goals aren't as high as we would hope them to be, although he does have pretty insane numbers for a rookie, I kind of discounted him. It really came down between Schaefer and Wallstedt for me. But I think the fact that Wallsted's only really played 23 games, not really his fault. He has a guy that's in front of him. And Schaefer almost having 20 goals already as a defenseman at 18 years old is insane. So I just went with him. Evan?
I chose the same thing.
Yeah, Schaefer for me too. That guy's something.
He could have been on Team Canada.
The fact that was an argument was... Actually, no. It's not even an argument. He should be on Team Canada. I don't know what the hell Drew Doughty's doing over there or Travis Sanheim, but like...
We took out those 2 for Bouchard and Schaefer. Oh.
Yeah.
Bro, you even put Chikrin in there, man. Come on now.
It's a little
Chikrin needs to go sit in a dark room and eat his raw meat.
Bro, I don't care what he's doing. It's working for him.
It's a little tough putting an 18-year-old there, though. It's like...
But that's what I'm saying. I think Chikrin and Bouchard over Doughty and Sanheim would have made more sense. Or either of those 2 out for Schaefer. Just Doughty Sanheim just makes no sense to me. Anyways, Jack Adams, best coach. For me, this was less hard than I thought. I think just the improvement that we've seen from this team, like in terms of, you guys are gonna hate this, but like every analytical department last year, Montreal made the playoffs, but like all their underlying numbers were absolute garbage. But now, like as a team, they're actually playing well. So I think that has a lot to do with coaching, and I'd give that because like the team really didn't change that much aside from the big trade that they made for Dobson. The goaltending is still pretty much in the same place because they were rookie goalie, and the offense has pretty much been the same. So I would say that the improvements are very much to do with St. Louis and what he's done. Omer,
Uh, I would. I do agree that St. Louis has done a good job.
but I'm gonna go with Craig Berube.
No. Honestly, if things in the standings were different right now, I would have probably had to lean towards Travis Green because his team is doing great in all metrics and just can't get a
That's
save.
also true. Yes, it
So
kind of
his
sucks.
just like the Sens are like top five in like every metric there is, and the
Yeah.
poor guy like it's like so. I think Travis Green is coaching well. I just he's not
Hey,
getting a
if Ottawa makes the playoffs, he has a very big argument.
yeah.
Well,
But I'm gonna kind of
Travis
go.
Green doesn't coach the goalies.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, but still, like the way they pick this award, they're gonna look at standings and stuff like that,
Just
right? So,
based on how the season's gone so far, I'm gonna go Lindy Ruff.
fair enough. Evan,
I would also like to say Travis Green to an extent because how well the team objectively plays. I will not, but the Sens look good whether they win or not a lot of the time, which pains me so much. I've crashed out more this year than I have other years, and they play better, which says a lot. I'm just gonna go with John Cooper. I
fair.
feel like he's just always makes sure his team's competitive, and they always find pieces that are helpful. And like, if you were to ask me if I had to pick one person in the world to coach my team, he'd probably be the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think those. Yeah,
that's a
I totally
scapegoat.
forgot about Ruff. I'm gonna be honest, because Sabers is like didn't even cross my mind, and they're absolutely insane. So right now, but the other guy I thought of was John Hines in Minnesota as well. Um,
John Cooper is such an easy
I
like.
think Quinn Hughes should win the Jack Adams.
fair enough.
Do you think John Cooper could coach a not star-studded team to the playoffs slash to be competitive like that?
I think
Well,
this
like, what do you
is
mean by like Seattle?
Do you think John Cooper could coach Seattle to the playoffs?
potentially.
Maybe.
Okay, the thing is, I think yes, okay, Vasilevsky and Kucherov have been very insane this year. Same with Gensel, he's been good,
And Darren Radish.
and Darren Radish. But I think a player like Darren Radish playing as well as he has is something to do with John Cooper as well. You know,
Yeah, no, he's.
He's like, I love you even though you're bald.
I just find it hard to judge. I find it hard to judge a coach who's like. There's no doubt that Cooper's a great coach. Like, yes, he's a great coach. It's just I find it hard to judge the true skill of a coach when he's had superstars his whole time, and then he comes and he does coach like a Team Canada that's filled with superstars again. So like I do get it, like he's a good coach, but I just feel like it. I want to see a coach like
hey,
be
some might say that it's harder to choose. That it's harder to coach those players because what do you
yeah.
tell
I
a guy
mean,
that's like, what
yeah,
do you
but
tell
like
Nikita Kucherov play some defense, buddy? Come on,
yeah, I
you're
get
not
it.
gonna say that to him.
I get it. You're dealing with personalities and stuff, but like you will have big players will buy into things if it means the team like they'll buy into things. Like I'm not. I just feel like I find it hard to judge a coach's true skill based on that. Like
So okay,
I
here's the
just
thing.
like
I think New York Rangers is a good example. I think if John Cooper was on the Rangers, they would make the playoffs. They have
okay,
star talent. Well, they had star talent. Now one of
yeah,
them's gone, but like there's no reason for that team to be as bad as they are.
no, for sure, yeah,
And the coaching, like y'all were harping on Mike Sullivan and shit, but like if anything, has gotten worse in New York, which it was a bit of a head scratcher for me regardless because of how Pittsburgh played in the last like few years of Mike Sullivan in there. But their coach before that as well, like Lavi, also ran that team into the ground. So I think coaching superstars is also like a skill in itself. Like I think Cooper on New York, they'd be a much better performing team.
Yeah, no, I won't like. Wow, it's that's tough to tell, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like I was, I, I feel like I was more impressed with a guy like when Barry Trotz won it with the Caps, because like,
Chill, bro. We had a good roster.
no. I'm not saying you had a bad roster. I'm just saying that
No, he's saying that.
no.
Crazy. Won the President's Trophy the year before.
No. I get that. I'm not saying you had a bad roster by any stretch. I'm just saying that like Barry Trotz like got that team to do something they never did, and then they won the cup. You know, like I don't know. I feel like they
I mean, to be fair, Tampa couldn't get over the hump for a little bit.
yeah,
I
but
am personally ready for the Capitals to not be good anymore. Not for Sufi, but I
Why?
feel like legit ever since I started liking hockey, which is 12 years ago, the Capitals have been good the entire time, and it hurts my head because the Sens have
Okay,
been
like
mediocre to bad the entire time.
that's why the term generational talent gets used a lot for Crosby and Ovechkin, right? Like those teams, the longevity those teams had was obviously it doesn't just come down to one player, but the fact that those two players exist on those teams was the reason why their like window was open for so long, right? Um, Ottawa could have had that if Matt Cook didn't, kill Eric Carlson's Achilles. I think he could have been generational. We just will never know.
I mean, to be fair, even after that, he had a 106-point season or whatever.
Yeah, but I think his
I
game,
feel like that was literally him being like, I'm going to play pond hockey this year.
yeah, like it wasn't necessarily the most effective in terms of helping the team win, but he's getting points.
Well, it's almost more like, I don't know if it's more impressive. Because I always said, like, oh, prime Eric Carlson, because when he was prime, like, Chicago was really good. I was like, if Eric Carlson was PP1 with Patrick Kane and Taves and Sharp and Hossa, he would have gotten so many more points because he was playing with, like, Zach Smith. Where, like, you look at Evan Bouchard now, like, playing with McDavid. It's like, oh, like, in a different situation. Like, if Bouchard were to be on a shitty San Jose Sharks team, would he have been able to get 100 points?
I
I don't
think
think so.
with
I
those
think Eric
players,
Carlson is a generational talent, but his injury and the teams he played with also didn't help.
yeah,
Eric Carlson definitely in his prime better than Bouchard.
yeah, I'm not. I don't even think that's an
Yeah.
argument. But like my thing
No, I
with
know. I'm
Bouchard is
throwing
like,
out like someone who's like
yeah, but I think
offensive.
Bouchard also like it's a kind of overblown the McDavid and Drysdale thing. Like I do think it's a factor, but his numbers with them not on the ice is just as good.
Like there was a time where Eric Carlson was like almost an undisputed top three player in the NHL.
Almost. Yes.
It was like Crosby, McDavid, and him,
No,
or
not McDavid. It was
Crosby.
like Crosby, Ovechkin, and him or something.
I remember seeing a hockey life or some hockey magazine, and it was Eric Carlson, Crosby, and I forget who the
Well,
third person was
in those days,
on the cover.
they used to. All right, so we're doing the Olympics draft,
It's
and
exactly what we did.
we are essentially picking players from the Olympic teams, the guys that are actually on the rosters, not guys that were injured and got left off the rosters because of that. Um, there are a couple of rules, so you need six players, three forwards, two defensemen, one goalie. There's no specification on centers, right wing, left wing. It's
I feel
basically
like we should have two players from those teams you had a list of. That would make it more exciting.
okay. So we need six players, three forwards, two defensemen, one goalie. Um, the rules are so you need to pick two players minimum from Czechia, Switzerland, Germany, Slovakia, Latvia, France, Italy, or Denmark. You need to pick two players from Sweden or Finland, and the rest you can choose whoever. I would assume you're going to pick some Canadian players or US players. We're trying to build essentially how we'd want to construct our lineup with a lot of players that are available. This isn't necessarily something we're going to like look at results for, but just based off the players that are available, the lineup that we want to construct out of those players. I will do a random wheel. This is for the first pick.
Oh, it's rigged.
Homer, you get the first pick. I wonder who you're going to pick. I actually do wonder who you're going to pick, by the way, because I have no idea where I'm even
He's
going
gonna
with
pick
this.
Matthews.
For the second pick,
It's rigged.
damn. Why am I always second? I swear I'm always second, man. All right. Uh, Homer, you can do your first pick now. So please.
I don't want to get first pick because now I have to rejig my strategy.
You had a
Um,
you had a strategy for the other two picks, but not this one.
well, because like if I have first pick, there's like an obvious thing I should be going, an obvious player I should be going for, but then at the same time, it's like we have to pick a couple players from the other team. So I don't like. It's more.
That's
You
the
know
point.
what?
That's what the rules are for, bro.
Okay. Anyway, I don't care. I'm gonna skip out on the best player and try to build a better team overall. I'm taking Leon Draisaitl.
I don't know if that's who I would have went with at one, but
Of course not. You wouldn't have.
but I think like it was definitely consideration just based off the scarcity of the other ones, right? But I am going with Connor McDavid. So
Do I get back-to-back picks?
you do have back to back picks.
Yay!
I was about to say back to back kids by accident, but hey. Draisaitl.
I will go with David Pasternak. And I will go with Roman Yossi.
This draft board just got hella thin. Damn. Okay. Uh, uh, give me a second. Yossi and Pasternak. Okay. I'm gonna go with. I feel like my choices are kind of dwindling here, so I kind of have to go with one of these guys. I'm gonna go with Maurice Sider because I need a defenseman.
I don't pick twice right now, or do I pick twice?
You pick twice.
Okay. So I will go with Nathan McKinnon.
Nathan McKinnon, the sixth picker in our draft. Crazy work.
And I will go with Kale McCarr.
My God, I think Omer might have done the right thing here. Fair enough. Okay.
Does that even? Oh no, it does. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because he picked his two that he could pick from those.
Hmm.
Interesting. Why are all the best goalies Russian? like, I'm literally just gonna leave the goalie till the end because like I legitimately don't think there's anyone that's too far ahead of the rest. So I am going to go with Jason. No, I'm just kidding. Would have been him. You know what? I'm thinking too hard. I'm going to pick the first two picks from the 2015 NHL draft, and I'm going to go Jack Eichel. Because for me,
So I need someone from both Finland and Sweden.
Finland or Sweden. So you can pick two Swedes, two Finns.
I will take Mikko Rantanen.
Not gonna lie, I totally forgot Rantanen existed. Hate to see it. I think the idea of McDavid and Michael on the same team is kind of cool, though.
and Miro Heiskanen.
Damn it. My next pick. Guys, I think I lost this draft day. Okay, so I need. Oh damn! I need Swede and Finn. Okay. I'm gonna go with. Oh, I'm gonna go with Darlene. Nice. Darlene Sider's a nice pair.
I'm gonna take Oh yeah, I need two from Sweden and Finland. That's true, actually. Okay.
Loki neglected those.
Uh,
2 from Sweden and Finland. You need 1 from the All Nations. The
um,
Rangers.
okay, I'll take. You know what? I'll take William Nylander.
Okay.
And I will take. Oh, I need one random guy as well. Okay.
You need a defenseman and a goalie.
I need a defenseman and a goalie, and I also need a random ass defenseman and goalie, essentially. I will take. Okay, well, I'll just take one from. I'll take Victor Hedman,
The old man.
the old man.
Okay, I need 1. Okay. So where it gets dicey. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take Tim Stutzel. I'm gonna put him on my left wing.
My final 2 picks are going to be Macklin Celebrini.
That's your center.
And
The whole last round is goalies, by the way.
I get first pick at a goalie though.
Yeah, but I think we're all like restricted by like what we can get because
I can pick whatever I want.
That's true because you don't have to go Canada or US.
I have to pick one from a random team.
Oh wait,
Shouldn't my strategy be to pick a good goalie on a bad team then? So Omar has to pick like the Latvian guy or something.
yeah, because I have to pick from the other 2. So
What do you have to pick from, Suvi?
I'm not saying anything. Loki Omer has more options than I do.
Tell me your team, Suvi.
No. You go.
Tell me your team.
I can't. Norway has 7 goals. Evan, who is your goalie?
I will pick not Frederick Anderson.
You have to pick one of the weird teams.
You can pick from any team.
I will pick Jake Ottinger.
Controversial. But my choice is between Gustafson, Wallstead, and Saros.
So you're picking between a guy that's 5'8", a guy that got lit up by Italy, or a guy
that's a rookie.
Who's a rookie.
Ironically, the rookie is seeming like the best option. Let me just give something a gander here. Oh, Saros. Holy crap, Saros has been bad. What the hell? Saros has been garbage for 3 years, man. 320 GAA with an 890 save percentage this year in 40 games. What the hell? So not him. I'm gonna go with Gustafsson didn't get lit up against Italy. Okay, let's be for real here. He let in a couple goals, so I think he'll set a lid. Uh, although I'm gonna go with Wallstead. You know what? Why not? I could see him take it over.
Okay, I can't pick anyone from Sweden, Finland, Canada, or US.
Nope.
I have to pick one of the other guys. So I'm gonna go with. I'll go with.
Fokun.
I'll go with Grubauer.
Yes!
Did you want him to pick Freddie Anderson or like what?
Well, I didn't want him to pick Freddie Anderson because I knew he'd be too happy about it. I didn't want him to pick Dostal.
I think Dostal was the best, but yeah, Grubauer is a.
I was gonna pick Dostal, but then
Grubauer
again,
won a cup. He was Washington's backup that year.
Mm-hmm.
He started the first 2 games of the playoffs. Remember?
Grubauer's had a
No.
good season.
He's actually been very good. Yeah, Seattle's been a surprise. Anyways, let's conclude this episode. I will say out our teams first. Actually, that seems like a good idea. Omer, you have your forwards are Nylander, Draisaitl, McKinnon, some light, Hedman, Makar, old man and phenom, and then Grubauer. Yeah, you got a weird team. that's pretty much what I've gathered. Mine doesn't get any less weird though because I have Stutzel, McDavid, Eichel. What a line! That's on the wings there. That's like Evan's dream. And then Dahlin and Sider on defense. Pretty good pair, I'd say. And Jesper Wallstead in that, 23 games of pure bliss. Evan has Rantanen, Celebrini, Pasternak. I don't think I've ever said those names concurrently. And then Yossi and Heiskanen and Ottinger in net. I say this is all like pretty evenly matched. I'm not gonna lie.
Wrong. My team's the best.
I would just say that Grubauer kind of is an interesting piece of Omer's team.
Who needs a good goalie when you have Makar and Hedman back there? I mean,
Hedman isn't the best defenseman on his NHL team.
That's okay. Hedman's still.
They're
I'm more traditional, like the general managers in my thinking. I'm not so hip and cool like you young guys who hate on.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning into the Olympic episode. Went on a little bit, but we haven't seen you in a while, and it's been pretty interesting hockey as of starting today for the men. Big Slovakia win. Slavkovsky looks disgusting. And yeah, Italy apparently is all right.
We didn't talk enough about Juraj Slavkovsky, who was apparently the Gretzky of the Olympics.
Yeah, 9 goals in 8 Olympic games.
Like he was considered. Like when I had left wing open, I was like kind of considering him.
I also considered him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank my 2 co-hosts for showing up, and hopefully you enjoyed the cat and the dog in the video too. And we will see you next time, and you can find us on all the following platforms.
How do we still do this? Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, Stitcher, YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Unfortunate Diehards. We'll see you next month, I should say now.
Hopefully.
We'll see you next month. With a deeper dive into our shitty ass NHL teams.
Amen.